we are in California. It's illegal to talk on your cell phone while you're driving anymore. So since I can't do that, it's a shame to waste the time cruising down the road here. As you can see, we are cruising down the road. I figure it's as good a place as any to do bike-on business since we are a business about cars. So what I wanted to talk today about is your 30-second and your 3-minute story. Something that I've said a number of times is that Victron products are not what sells. What sells is your story. People, they've heard about things, STP, Slick 50, all these kinds of things, and they believe them or they don't believe them. Bottom line is, if you ask 100 people, they're not using any of these things, and some of those products do some good work. So why aren't they using them? Because they haven't been compelled to use them. What will compel somebody to use the products is your story. People look in your eyes, they figure out you're not lying, and they say, that sounds pretty interesting. I think I'll try that. So what you want to have together, just able to whip it, right off the speed lifts there, just almost, boom, right like that, is your 30-second story and your 3-minute story. Now, your 30-second story, that's the story that you can give when you're on the elevator. The 3-minute story is you have to hit the emergency stop button in order to finish that. So that's how you can tell the difference between your 30-second and your 3-minute story. And your 30-second doesn't have to be a full 30 seconds. It can just be short. The shorter, the sweeter. The 30-second story, it's all about dropping it on the table. It's just kind of like a fresh piece of meat, and seeing if anybody picks it up. And just to give an example of how you would use it, let's say you're chitting and chatting with somebody, you've listened to some of the Big Al stuff, icebreakers, you're just talking with people, and maybe you bring the subject of gas stuff up, or energy costs, or food costs, or whatever, or the other person brings it up, like how's it going, just whatever, and the subject comes up. The thing to do with your 30-second story is not to go, oh wow, somebody said something about gas, oh, you're not going to believe what I did, I put something in my car, and you don't do that. That's called throwing up on somebody. Even if it's only 30 seconds, believe me, in 30 seconds you can make a hell of a lot of a mess if you're throwing up on somebody. So what you do with your 30-second story is you go like, the subject has been broached, and you know that you've got the stuff that they want. So you look for a little bit of an opening, you kind of get the conversation going a little bit, and the easiest way to get the conversation going about the gas stuff is to ask 2 or 3 questions about what it's like for them experiencing the gas things. Oh, I'm spending so much going to work. Oh, I'm thinking about cut back to 4 days work, whatever it is somebody says. Oh, I can understand that. And then you just hand out your 30-second story. Your 30-second story give you something as simple as this. I said, man, I know what you're talking about, that gas stuff. It was driving me up the wall. Until I got my car, I took my car to the mechanic, I had him do that Victron stuff to it. That lube stuff. Gotta tell you, it's made all the difference in the world for me. Yeah, my Suburban has gone from roughly about 13 miles per gallon to in the neighborhood of 18.5, 19, whatever. It's really made a difference for us. You drop it. And actually, if you try to change the subject a little bit and maybe go, to sports or to knitting or whatever the heck, what you're doing there is you're putting it out in a very nonchalant kind of a way. And somebody's going to go, oh, wait a second. What do you mean? You saved da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah. That Victron stuff. I found it, from a friend of mine. They're a distributor for it, and kind of skeptical. I tried it, and then you just a little drip. The 30-second story has a lot to do with feeding pigeons. There's a couple ways to feed pigeons. You can go running through the park, yelling and screaming, wagging a big, 3-foot-long baguette, saying, "I've got food! I've got food!" And all the pigeons are going to scatter and they're going to wind up all over the wires. The other thing you can do is you can sit down on a park bench and you can just pick off a little 30-second story, drop it out. Pick off a little 10-second story, drop it out. Boom, pick out another one. After you do that 2 or 3 times, the person is obviously picking up the clues, they are asking for the information, and that what makes all the difference. Now you're ready for your 3-minute story. That's where you give the details. Oh, it's this oil stuff, it's this positively charging. See, you can go into that at that point, because you've gotten past the hurdle of you're trying to throw up on them, you're trying to stick something down their throat, or God forbid some other orifice. You're being invited in. So that's the biggest thing you need to know about your 30-second story. It's just little pieces of bread off the breadcrumbs. It's just the kind of stuff that is going to get you invited in or not. If somebody hears, oh wow, you save that kind of money, and they don't care, guess what? You've not gotten weird on them. You're not looking like one of these people who can't wait then to sell anything to somebody. So it works out a heck of a lot better for you. So anyway, that's my little vid on the 30-second story driving down here on the road. I'm going to stop this one. The next vid will be about the 3-minute story. So I hope that helps. Look forward to seeing you on some of the training calls, and see you on the next video. Bye.